What's going on here is we have x squared plus 7x plus 10. So these are, what we're asked to do is find the coordinates of the points where the quadratic functions cross the x and y axis, hence sketch the graph. Now, where it crosses the x axis is always, first thing I'm going to show you is how to draw the graph, right? How to draw the graph is pretty easy, the first thing you should know. Now there's a function on your calculator that actually does a nice table straight away. So you go as mode, you go to table, and f of x is a fancy way of saying y. You go press alpha and the x button, then you have x squared, you have 3x, 3 multiplied by x, and you have minus 4. Now this is a quick way of showing you how to draw these. Start means what value do you want to start at. We'll give it a healthy range. I don't actually know what the start should be, so I'm going to go from minus 6 to 6, okay? Now step means do you want the x values to go minus 6, minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2. If I say the step is 2, it'll give me every second answer, as in it'll give me minus 6, minus 4, minus 2, 0, 2, 4, 6. I want a step of 1. Now we're going to see what happens here is, if I was to link all these points together, this is the graph I get. Okay, this is the curve I draw.
Oh, so you're getting the y point and the x point.
Exactly. So what I'm going to get you guys to do now is, anybody else have this in front of them right now? On the calculator. You have it?
Once you do f of x, you just write out the...
Okay guys, when you put that onto your calculator, okay, what you're going to get is a list of points. This is x and this is f of x. So, alright, so Patrick, what happens with minus 6?
Minus 6 is 14.
Yeah.
Minus 5 is 6.
Yeah.
Minus 4 is 0.
Minus 4 is 0.
Minus 3 is minus 4.
Minus 3 is minus 4.
Minus 2 is minus 6.
Yeah.
Minus 1 is minus 6.
Minus 1 is minus 6.
0 is minus 4, and then the rest just goes back to
0 is? Minus 4.
Yeah.
And what's 1?
0.
Okay, 2.
6.
3.
14.
4.
24.
Okay guys, let me explain what happens here, okay?
Then 5 is 3, 6.
Yeah, I'm just going to have to keep talking for a minute, alright, before I take any questions. Now, what I want you guys to look at is the following. There's a couple of points that are of interest here. When is the y value 0? So, if we were to have a graph, okay, and I already know this is a U-shaped graph. Now, the reason why I know it's a U-shaped graph is because it's a plus x squared. If it's a minus x squared, it's n-shaped. So I already know it's shaped something like this, okay, going up and down. Now, what I want to ask you guys is, does anybody see where the y value is 0?
When x is minus 4.
When x is minus 4. Okay, so when x is minus 4. Okay, y is 0 when x is minus 4. That means that this value here is x equals minus 4. Okay, next point you can take on your data is, when is x 0? What's the value for x when x is 0? 4. This means that your y value is minus 4. Okay. Where is the next point where the y value is 0? X equals 1. There's all 3 points already done for you. But let's explain how to get them using the proper method without using the calculator. I found out where the graph cuts the x-axis. Exactly, I'll do that now. I found out where the graph cuts the x-axis in 2 positions, and I also found out what point it hits the y-axis at. But I'm going to show you is how to do this without the calculator as well. Calculator's there as a convenient checkup.
Are you allowed to use your calculator in the exam?
In a lot of cases you'd be asked to show it, but what I'm trying to say is that if I was in the test, I often will type it into my calculator and have the answers ready to go. So when I get the answers, I know automatically what they are. Okay?
Y is...
Now, can I just explain what this means? What this graph means is that you put in an x value and it gives you a y value, and you're going to end up with tons of dots. And when you join all these dots together, the dots are basically this here. My first point I can draw is minus 6, 14. The second one's minus 5, 6, minus 4, 0, minus 3, minus 4, minus 2, minus 6, minus 1, minus 6. If I draw all these dots on the XY axis and join them together, I get a U-shaped curve. Now what they're asking is a sketch. They're not asking you to draw the graph. What's the difference between a sketch and a draw? Draw is roughly, sketch is roughly, draw means accurate. Okay, so that's why they only want you to get 3 points here. Let's figure out how to get our 3 points. The first thing is, I want to find out where it cuts the x-axis. So y equals x squared plus 3x minus 4. That's given to me. I want to find out where does it hit the x-axis. What do we know about the x-axis? The y value is always 0. Replace y with 0 and solve this equation. This equation should be able to give you out where it cuts the x-axis. Okay? We already know that the answers are minus 4 and 1. So what we're going to get here is x, the reference number is minus 4, and the two numbers are therefore going to be plus 4 and minus 1. X plus 4, x minus 1 equals 0. And what we know is x equals minus 4, x equals 1, as predicted by the calculator, right? Next step, where is the y value? Where does it cut our y-axis? What is guaranteed? What is guaranteed about the y-axis? X equals 0. X is 0 along this axis. So what you can do for the y-axis intercept is replace all x's with 0.
Minus 4.
And what you find is y equals minus 4.
Jeez, that's magic.
And all what you're left to do is, I didn't draw it accurately enough the first time. So minus 4 is further out, 1 is up here, and minus 4 is the same gap downwards. All I got to do is come in, draw a U-shaped graph going through all these points.
So you're just drawing.
And that is my sketch of my graph. Okay? Yeah. Now, next one.
Is minus 4 the last point on the curve?
Yeah, minus 4 upwards. Okay. Alright guys, next one I'm doing will be I'm going to go for number 9. Now the difference between number 9 and number 5 is the following. Okay, I'm going to write down before I begin, and this will be useful for tonight, is this one here is a U-shaped because it's 1x squared. U-shaped because it's plus x squared. Minus x squared, N-shaped. N-shaped, U-shaped, U-shaped, N-shaped, N-shaped. Just the shape of the graph. Okay. So U-shaped graphs go up like this, N-shaped graphs go like that. You still use everything exactly the same way. Now, let's do what we did before we used the calculator this time. Right? So let's see what we can do for number 9. Number 9 says y equals minus 2x squared plus 6x plus 8. My first job is I want to find out where does it hit the x-axis. For the x-axis intercepts, the rule is y equals 0. Therefore, minus 2x squared plus 6x plus 8 must be equal to 0. What I'd like to do is I'd like to change it to a plus by multiplying both sides by minus. After I do that, I could do the reference number, but I notice they're all divisible by 2, so I'm going to divide them all by 2. Now after I've done that, once again, I can find out where exactly the intercepts are. It's going to be x minus 4, x plus 1 equals 0, x equals minus 1, and x equals plus 4. Now, go back to the top, and I'm going to do minus 1 and 4 now. Minus 1 is in here, plus 4 is much bigger, it'll be out here. Okay? Move on. You're next going to find out your y-intercept. How do you find out your y-intercept? Y-intercept is x equals 0. Replace all x's with zeros. Y equals minus 2 times 0 squared plus 6 times 0 plus 8. Y therefore is 8. It has to be above the x-axis because it's an n-shaped curve. Now, obviously, I haven't made this big enough because plus 8 is all the way up here, much bigger than 4. Then you're going to go about doing your sketch, where you go all the way up and all the way down. Now, not too happy with that sketch, so what I'm going to do is the following. I'm going to take down my 3 points, 0, 8. I'm going to take down 4, 0. And I'm going to take down minus 1, 0. I'm also going to check my answers, because I have the capability to check my answers. So, we're going to go mode table, 2x squared. We're going to have minus 6x. And then we're going to have minus 8. Okay, where to start it? Now, to start it is, the lowest point I need is minus 1 really. So I'm just going to do 1 or 2 points behind that minus 1. So I'll go minus 3 because I'll know it'll include the minus 1. I know the end has to come after 4 because 4 is the second time it hits the x-axis. So let's call it 7. Okay, step goes up in ones. Let's check our answer. Is minus 1, 0 one of our answers? Yes. Is 4, 0 one of our answers? Yes, it is. Is 0, 8 where it cuts the y-axis? Now it says 0 minus 8. Now, what would that suggest? Did I put it in properly? I might have put it in. So we'll try this quickly again. Okay, so what is it again? Minus 2x squared, is it? So it's always worthwhile just having a good thorough check of what you're doing. Is it plus 6x? Question 9 plus 6x, lads.
Yeah.
Plus 8. Okay, so I go again. Minus 3 to 7. Step 1. Let's check again. Minus 1, 0. Correct. 0 plus 8 this time. Correct. And 4, 0. Correct. So everything is correct there. Let's try and draw a really accurate graph now, okay? Something a bit more of an accurate sketch than what I've been doing, okay? So, what I know is that I use the squared paper, okay, and I can go reasonably low here. Now, let's go up in 2s because it's probably just a bit easier. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, okay. This one here will be minus 2, minus 4, minus 4, minus 6. Okay, let's go up in 2s here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's all I have to do there. And then I have minus 2, minus 4, minus 6. Okay, let's draw this out. Now, the 3 points it wants me to include are what? What does it want me to include? 0, 8, yeah. It wants me to include 4, 0. And it wants me to include minus 1, 0. However, this time, because I have the capability to do it, I'm just going to include some intermediate spots to make it more accurate. 3 is, so that's 0, 8. Number 1 is worth 12. So, and 1, 12 and 2, 12. Okay, so that's going to be 1, 12 is going to be, 1, 12 is going to be up here. 1, 12 is one of the points. 2, 12 is the other point. Okay, let's go down again. 3, 8 is going to be here. 3, 8. Where the hell's 3, 8? And then that's 4, 0. Now, what you can notice is I actually have a more accurate turning part here now. Okay, so I can go up this. Do you go straight across, lads?
No, a little loop.
You just do a little loop. Back down we go. And down. So you can do that really accurately, okay? Now, if I wanted another number let's say I wanted to find out where minus 2 went to. I could do something like this. Minus 2 is minus 12. So I know that the minus 2 value is basically all the way down here. And then I can link it up like that. And then I can find out where the number 5 is. Number 5 is going to be minus 12 as well. So we can see that it's the same on both sides, right? That's a more accurate graph of it. Now, where it cuts the y-axis isn't the highest part of the graph. Do you got it? And this is the highest part of the graph further up. So where it cuts the y-axis is not the highest part of the graph. Sorry? No, it shouldn't be in the sketch either.
How do you know how far down the sketch?
As I said, that's why it's probably find all the points just to make sure that you can go a bit above it. Okay?